Testing 1, 2. This is a mic check on mic 4. Testing 1, 2, 3. It was a great fight this evening. I did my best. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Welcome to T-Mobile Arena, ladies and gentlemen. It has been my pleasure and our pleasure for having you here this evening. Testing 1, 2. Hey. Let's move over to mic check 5.
Yes, please.
Mic check 5, 1, 2, mic check 5. 1, 2, check, checking the mic, asking some questions. 1, 2, 1, 2, checking mic 5. Check, 1, 2, mic check. You all good back there, Mike?
Yeah, how's it feel up there?
Cool.
You got enough in your wedge?
You checked the question mics, right?
I'm talking on the question mic now. You have enough in your wedge up there? I am asking you, do you have enough in the wedge, sir? Checking wedge. Check. How about this mic up there? Check. Checking Q&A 2. Check. Check. 1, 2. 1, 2. Hey. Check. 1, 2. 2, 2. Check. One, two. Check. Check. 2, 1, 2.
Los que van llegando a la copia.
Canelo Álvarez ha vencido por decisión unánime a Gennadiy Golovkin en la pelea que ha puesto fin a esta rivalidad entre los dos púgiles. De esta manera, el mexicano retiene sus 4 títulos del peso supermedio. Hemos visto a un Canelo superior durante la primera mitad del combate y a un Golovkin que en los últimos asaltos casi logra la remontada. Finalmente, victoria para el mexicano que recupera de nuevo su sitio en el boxeo.
Don't worry. You need to speak to DAZN or ESPN Qatar. But no, the reporters, DAZN. For ESPN, DAZN. DAZN. Yeah, DAZN.
I went to the office president. Yeah.
Oh, the box. Oh, French. Are you editing here? What are you doing?
Tremendo, tremendo.
Órale, güey. En serio.
Yo pensé que era el tío Nacho. Por cierto, oye, por cierto, saludamos bien a Roberto Razorosco, andaba aquí en la pelea hace ratito. ¿Quieres que vive? $50,000, ¿no? Digo, César Ramos cobra $5,000 en la Copa Mariachi, ahora más que la Liga MX. que no está en risas, está aquí de arribita. De los de $2,000, tampoco no.
Adiós, tío.
Check 1, check 2, check 1, mic check 1, mic check 1, 2, 1, 2. Check 2, mic 2, checking mic 3, checking mic 3, mic check. Mic 4, check, mic 4, checking mic 4, mic check, mic 4, check in. Mic 5, checking mic 5, mic 5, checking mic 5, mic check. Podium, check, podium, mic check, podium, check 1.
I know.
I'm not sure how or why, but this is welcome friend. Oh, are there more bagels still?
Wait, there's actually one other cold bagel. What I said?
Where did you get it?
Some geezer outside. Yeah, in the office.
Oh, well,
What's up, bro? What's up, trip?
Pretty much these guys. Because I have to really zoom down. And it's going to be
No, I'm just leaving on that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, then you're fine. Then. I just didn't know.
oh, it's not? Okay.
Oh, you're fine. Yeah, you're good.
To be honest, I feel like
Gennadiy, how you doing? Good. I see. Keith Iddick from BoxingScene.com. You seem to get off to maybe a little bit of a slow start in the fight. What do you attribute that to, and how was Canelo able to get off to a fast start in the beginning of the fight?
Наверное, да, все-таки была ошибка с моей стороны, немножко стратегически, да, начать все потихоньку, но опять же хотелось бы посмотреть, как пойдет бой, как начнет развиваться. В принципе, да, мы оба так легко начали и как-то с разведки, ну и как-то это все затянулось. Когда все разошлось, то есть уже было поздно.
Probably it was a tactical mistake on my part to start slow. But on the other hand, we wanted to see how the fight is going to develop, both of us. So I believe we both started rather slowly, did some reconnaissance, and that reconnaissance probably went too long for me.
My other question for you, Gennadiy, is the scorecards were close. Two of the scorecards were close, 115, 113 on two cards, 116, 112 on the other. What did you think of the scoring? And before the scores were read, were you expecting it to be as close as it was on the cards?
Я, наверное, не вправе все равно говорить о судействе, да, думал я, не думал. Я не думал о судействе, я делал свою работу просто. Судьи, если приняли такое решение, значит, это их взгляд на это все.
I believe that it's not up to me to talk about scoring. I just did my job, and if judges came up with those scores, that's their decision.
Radio Raheem, Triple G, after the 8th round, you seem to be able to hit Canelo fairly easily. And then in the ring, you said it was strategy. Is this a strategy that you may have started too late? And can you explain to us, going into the ring, into the fight, what exactly you were planning to do?
План был один, план был выиграть. И не то, что стратегии, да, все дело, просто все это поздно немножко началось. Ну и как бы чувствовал я себя, в принципе, очень хорошо. Вот эти вот все маленькие какие-то те удары, которые доносил Канело, в принципе, они не ощущались. То есть он не удивил меня ничем. И принципе, у меня не получилось там достать его где-то аж так. Ну, скажем так, бой был очень близким во всех направлениях. Судьи отдали в ту сторону.
Well, the strategy was to win this fight, and well, probably we should not attribute my loss to the strategy because I felt great, and those minor shots that were successful, like with which Canelo was successful, did not surprise me. And maybe I was not that successful with my shots, and ultimately the judges scored in his favor.
Gennadiy, Dan Rayfield. My question for you, Gennadiy, is there are so many years of this rivalry, the bad blood on both sides, you both saying bad things about each other, wanting to knock each other out, and then within 2 seconds when the fight was over, you fall into an embrace. Everything washes away. Everything seems like you're friendly again. I wonder if you could just explain or impart upon us, how does that happen where you can have that kind of animosity and that kind of feeling for somebody, go through these 3 fights, and then immediately it's like everything is okay?
Ну, я скажу за себя, за себя. Я же говорил всегда то, что я не чувствовал ту враждебность. Я, как бы он переходил это все на личное, переводил. То есть я же ему всегда говорил, ну, если у тебя есть личное, почему ты ждешь? Ну, то есть, когда ты проявляешь. И в этот момент, когда закончился бой, то есть, глядя друг другу в глаза, то есть, и мы, ну, то есть у него не было претензий ко мне, у меня не было претензий к нему. То есть мы обнялись и обоюдно сказали, поздравили друг друга, обоюдно поздравили и сказали прекрасный бой, ну, в этом плане. Все как-то само собой наладилось. Ну, то есть это, наверное, то отношение, то, когда ты на высоком уровне и понимаешь, насколько опасен вид спорта, и он так проходит. То есть, скажем так, мы оба остались довольны теми отношениями, что между нами сложились.
Let me speak for myself. I've always said that I did not feel any animosity in our rivalry. He was the one who said that it was personal, and my response to that was, why would he waited so many years for this fight to happen? But after the fight, when we looked each other in the eye, we had no claims towards each other anymore, and we congratulated each other. We said, excellent fight. And we moved on because we realized that at this level, this sport is so dangerous, and we were very content with how this fight played out and how our rivalry ended.
And I have one other question for you, Gennadiy. Everybody knows what happened in the first fight. You were very deeply disappointed with the draw. Most everybody thought that you were the winner in that fight. Second fight, you got the close majority decision. Many, many people thought it was either a draw or that you were the winner of that fight. This fight was judged a unanimous decision for Canelo. I wanted to know if you feel like you were the rightful loser of this fight and he was the rightful winner of this fight.
Я скажу так, в своих 40 лет я уже понимаю гораздо больше, чем в 36. Я и всем желаю так понимать и здраво рассуждать в 40 лет. То есть все мы понимаем, что это за игра и при каких условиях. Скажу так, судьи отдали в ту сторону, то есть это их мнение. Победил Канело, с чем я его и поздравляю.
Well, I'm 40 years old, and I'm probably wiser when I was 36. And so we all understand the rules of the game. We are looking at that from the reasonable standpoint. So the judges ruled in Canelo's decision, and he was announced as the winner of this fight.
Didn't really answer the question, but okay.
Gennadiy, Muhammad Mubarak with the Electronic Urban Report. My question to you is, you watched the Bivol fight, and I know you had to have seen some flaws in Canelo. that you could have taken advantage of in this fight? When you first walked in the ring, did you have that in mind when you were fighting, when you were beginning this fight? Did you see the flaws in him?
Ну, на самом деле, да, я бы хотел бы его немножко как бы затянуть, как говорится, в глубокие раунды, да, то есть сюда, и уже начать работать. В принципе, у меня это получилось, немножко поздно это получилось, но, опять же, я скажу за себя, я не почувствовал никаких-то точных, сильных ударов на себе, то есть не пропускал грандиозно, посмотрите на мое лицо, да, то есть, да, и я не попал, но я чувствовал себя очень хорошо и свежо, то есть просто не хватило времени.
Indeed, there was a plan to bring Canelo closer to let him open up, so I try to do my job to basically try to do what I wanted to do, and maybe it was too late in the game that began to actually happening. But at the same time, I didn't miss any strong punches. Like you can look at my face; it's all clean, and I look fresh. It's just probably since I started late in the fight, I did not have enough time to fulfill my game plan.
Lance Padmire, USA Today Sports. Gennadiy, congratulations. I mean, outstanding 3 fights. I just wanted to ask you, when you get home to the beach at age 40, do you think at all that you will be tempted to reflect upon the fact that you have your health, you just got a massive payday for fighting Canelo again, and you are a champion, and that you may call it a career at that point? Will that run through your mind at all?
Однозначно да, потому что я скажу так, во мне вот эта вот страсть к боксу еще пока не остыла. В данный момент у меня 3 пояса в 160, мне надо решать свои вопросы. И, ну, я думаю, даже скажу, может быть, немножко громко, я неплохо себя чувствовал, и если вы видели, как бы я, в принципе, даже не пропускал и не устал, то есть я показал, что еще есть силы, чему я очень рад. Где бы я бы ни находился, я, конечно, буду думать о том, как вернуться и с каким настроем.
Indeed, I still have this fire burning within me. I have this ardor and passion for boxing. And don't forget that I have 3 belts in 160. I feel great, like I said. I did not allow any serious shots. And I'm not tired, I'm fresh. I feel the strength, I feel the power within me. And of course, if opportunity comes, I'll be looking to continue to return on the ring.
Hi, Stephen Gooden of Carolina Sports. Congratulations, Gennadiy, on a good performance. You just said you have 3 belts at 160, but you look great at 168. Do you plan on moving back down and continuing your career at 160?
Ну, опять же, все будет зависеть от предложения в 168, но в данный момент у меня 3 пояса в 160, мне надо будет как-то решать свои проблемы. Ну, не проблемы, а вопросы в 160.
Well, it will all depend on offers that I might receive. At the same time, I have 3 belts at 160, like I just said, so I have certain obligations in connection with that.
Triple G, congratulations for the fight. Aside from the loss, what do you take from this magical night for you tonight? What do you take from this magical night, aside from the loss?
Прям так, чтобы я чувствовал, чтобы прям я проиграл или какой-то осадок, этого нету абсолютно. Я чувствую себя здорово, великолепно, полон сил, полон энергии, как бы. Я рад тому, что бой прошел так чисто и безошибочно просто. Опять же, на самом деле, если посмотреть, бой-то очень конкурентный был. Я даже где-то чувствовал себя очень хорошо во второй половине. Я, наверное, можно сказать, даже получше, чем свой оппонент. Чувствовал себя.
So, I don't feel that I lost the fight. I don't think about the loss. It's not something that like is on my mind right now because it was a great fight and it was a very clean fight, as you noticed. And we did not allow any mistakes, and the fight was very competitive. And especially in the second half, I felt that I did better than my opponent.
Gennadiy, this is Alejandro Ramirez. This is your third fight with Canelo. Fighting at 168, did you feel Canelo stronger, bigger, or anything, or did you feel any difference from this fight from the others?
Нет, наверное, ну как, я не хочу сейчас, да, то есть принижать его победу. Да, он выиграл. Что он выглядел сильнее или быстрее, нет, абсолютно этого не почувствовал. Но скажу так, что он наоборот как-то не доносил свои удары, то есть его скорость или его сила, потому что во второй половине. И то есть первую половину мы практически не боксировали, вторую половину началось, когда это все какой-то контакт, то есть ничего уже не ощущалось. То есть ничем он меня не удивил. 168.
Well, I don't want to belittle his victory, but at the same time, I did not feel that he was any faster or stronger. The shots that reached were not strong enough, and in the second half, he even lost in speed and power, and I think that even in the beginning we did not fight much. Like both of us, you could see that the number of shots thrown were like less than in the second half. But again, I would say no surprises for me at all.
С удовольствием хотел бы, знаете, поблагодарить всех за отличную работу, то есть проведена отличная работа, сегодня был замечательный вечер, грандиозный бой, я думаю, так, очень чистый, очень правильный бой для бокса вообще. Я считаю, что даже боксерская какая-то вот сейчас позиция, она возвращается на свои лучшие времена. Так что я хотел бы поблагодарить всех людей, кто работал. Замечательный день сегодня, замечательный вечер. Спасибо всем за работу.
I would like to use this opportunity to thank everyone for all your efforts, for your involvement. You saw a very clean fight, which was a great fight for boxing. And we can see that boxing deserves this. Boxing is being brought back on its positions when it was in the best time in history of boxing. And again, thank you all very much.
Thank you, guys. Hi, Gennadiy. Well, one of your friends in boxing, Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez, is gonna fight a trilogy too on December. What would you advise him?
This is the last question. What was the name of the friend? Sorry.
Okay, can you repeat the question, please? Because it was over.
One of your friends, Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez, is gonna fight on December a trilogy too. What would you advise to him?
Не то что советовать, любой боец, я знаю, Чоколатито, выдающийся спортсмен, выдающийся чемпион. У любого спортсмена, у кого есть трилогия, это уже говорит о большом статусе, это большое достижение для этого спортсмена. Так что мы пожелаем ему только удачи, пусть он это делает, это прекрасно. Трилогия в боксе, это прекрасно.
I'm not going to give any advice, but I should say that I know this boxer very well. He's an outstanding fighter, and the fact that he is getting the trilogy speaks a lot about him. It's a great achievement, so I can only wish him luck. All the best in the fight.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
see if I can set it for you to send back your
Юлия, показать хочешь?
Что мне или писать, короче, или снимать, если туда уйти. Это не было тоже про президента спросить, но это
Куда скинуть?
видосы в основном туда, да? Если видос снимать, то его писать. Мама остановилась. Она теперь фиксируется по-домашнему подформирует, его пишет на дочкам работает. Она сказала, что он пьет и подформирует, чтобы все с ним пели. О, мой Леша.
I get blamed a lot. People like, I get blamed a lot because they feel like I get blamed a lot because they feel like I'm the one that's not making the fight.
Там дочь работает, она сказала, что ладно, твоя мама написала. Они какие реакции она написала, типа, удачного дня, такое сразу спасибо. Она пишет, типа, мама Киара. Я говорю, я поняла, здравствуйте. И такая пишет, мама тоже не Киара. Подписано, она пишет, читала ее.
Все видят, все наблюдают, ничего не пропустят.
Я ничего не сказала, что мать, она уже стинкисируется в комментарии. Я пишу, мама, ты что, говорю, разбавишь? Я попробовала, смотри, С Канело. С Канело.
Что, его тоже надо? Видео?
А, нет, не видео.
Фото сделаю.
I think they're both after 4 years. Just think about this. 168. In the 90s. It's just that I wonder because that animosity sustained that rivalry for so long. Five years don't come here for they have no treasure. Canelo did. I think that's the thing. I wanted when there wasn't, because the thing is after the 90s. I don't know. That's I can't even get. I've got an empty seat next to him, but they won't even let me through. Yeah, no, I don't. Steve was just.
point of significance. And I was down here. Who'd be it? No one. Zero? No? It's still coming down. Sorry, it's still coming down. No?
No, I was top. I was elite, but a lot more than fifth level.
Oh, wow.
So the weights are taking down.
Yeah. Was there like another layer? Like, is there another tier?
No.
There's a wall upstairs?
Yeah, I had charges.
That's it? Upstairs? There's no like people sitting in there?
No, you see where them tables are? There.
That's pretty far, yeah.
Is there anything interesting there? Not really.
I mean, I think Keo, I think Lindsay's team.
No, Golovkin. Did he say anything interesting?
He said he was done. He's cold. And then I think that was she was from the South Korea. Wasn't really much. Wasn't much in there.
It is when you go on a fucking 11-hour flight.
That flight's pretty rough, my friend.
Yeah. Don't know. What do you think? Roll on the hate in the comments. Roll on the hate in the comments. For having a good clip there, not this week. Just one. Desperate times, desperate measures. What, the Anderson Silva fight? Yeah, man. It's hard because, like, it's really expensive going to LA, isn't it? Yeah, that's around the corner. Yeah, nah, I was at the box one actually. Huh? Bro, I think on some YouTube film, I did go to the last KSI
us. Nice answer.
Ready? Want some help?
Yeah, I'm just going to put a few on it.
Sorry, you only said
The guy over there, we can grab all.
I'm doing it road to road. I'm going to go on the liner and like
Like this? I'm gonna keep one. Si quieres uno y...
inconvenient.
Excuse me? Can you roll one?
Sí, sí, sí. Y yo creo que no lo podré meter en la lista. Se robaron el mío.
Maybe I'll put it in my office.
You're the one there.
Guess I'm going right to the airport. Well, if I'm there 2 hours before, I'll be there at 3:30 a.m. Bernardo said the airport was a mess yesterday at 5 a.m. No, going back to LA. Because he flew back to LA for his daughter's graduation. But he says leaving Vegas at 4. So he's really shocked at 5 a.m. and needed it every time. I think I'll be good. I think most people are getting very drunk tonight. That's a free?
Out of my own.
You know he's going to work. He won't use like American Express because it's certain one. So that because you can do that. When you get an app, it's but you can do that. So his wife's flies for free, food places for free. So think about how much the travels are going. And he goes, oh, Ireland. I'm going to Vegas and back. It would take me 25 years to get status.
Because the other thing too is
te fue, veas nada más rápido, en las manos, una la bajada de peso.
I know, it's so late.
I had a big I had it a little late, but I had it at 7.
Una semana tensa, una semana complicada, exactamente. Todo eso y lo dice. Solo él lo sabe. Bueno, las operaciones del tema de la mano, que no está bien, y el tema de la rodilla, son dos lesiones con las que trabajar individual. Un descanso extenso para
One thing, I didn't get a chance to say thank you.
Yeah, don't worry. I couldn't go to the extra.
Are you gonna make it down for me?
Because I had to do the.
Yeah. That's why. I was surprised.
I'm the person who invited everyone watching that. I mean, it's not the only sense, right?
It's funny, I know Gray.
Oye, te lo va a arrancar.
Oh no, I know. Just like me. Yeah, that's. But I know. Yeah, but I know. We still have very eventful pay-per-view main event, T-Mobile, huh?
Вот у меня А?
Откуда ты говоришь? Забери, принеси. А? Приносили?
Вот это тоже можно.
У меня есть такой. It's history. It's history. It's history. Нурдаулет был.
А?
Еще бы один, а?
Какому Нурдаулет?
Помнишь, у нас айтишник Нурдаулет?
Нет, а где он? Он приехал сюда?
Этот Ержан же есть? Бородатый.
Ну, Ержан есть, да.
Или Миржан, ты Ержан говоришь, непонятно.
Ержан.
Разве?
Ержан?
Гена сказал, А он там проходил, я говорю, Геннадий, можно фото? Конечно, говорю. Там Жанара идет такая, обнимает тоже. Я тебе напишу.
Плюнь мне. Она мне еще до сих пор бейсболку не написала. Народу
Carol de arroz. Y lo bueno que no se equivocó.
Salut. Don't be.
See a full fight?
Завтра как Оливия.
I'll see the glimpses as well.
Something we would like to see in the media. And I think the tools are out there. We have one team that's still playing.
I think we should see it.
Are you gonna fly to it?
Yeah.
No, you're
Golovkin, Canelo.
You should get the border like Canelo. I mean, that's the one who wins.
But do it in like 3 years' time.
I heard everyone said
Mate, Ryan Garcia's line is yeah, like crazy. Oh, is it? Who?
no, favorite him. He looks a little blue. It's like the East Coast again, but on the West Coast.
Yeah. No, he didn't ask me.
What happened? Oh, I did throw that out, huh? But he works for that job. I have to give him that minute. I know you do. I mean, you understand? your time frame. What your time frame?
otro contrato, ya veremos cómo se da esa última posición que yo no recomiendo. Ya verás lo que se viene, yo creo que Canelo sí, efectivamente, es que todos los promotores quieren trabajar con Raúl, es una máquina de generar dinero. El máximo más a tiempo de Don King.
This is great for you.
Sí, va a salir.
That's about the time you're going to out.
Ojalá que antes si no es el tercero, otra defensa de Gennadiy Golovkin quedó una lástima de aquellas ahora mediáticamente pero yo la verdad ya no son un boxeador.
I mean, sure they were under for tonight.
Saúl está este combate
Like literally 4 or 5 years ago. No, I have. I wonder if it's super like 4 or 5 years ago. I'll have to drag this up. No, it's on that. This is my new. Yep. Yeah.
Pero ya
Sorry, that's 168 for that. This guy, how many posts did you get? Probably like 80 posters. Nice. Oh, for getting radio? Man, I heard they put Rosie in the rafters. Let's put her in the rafters. Yeah.
I mean, she wasn't out. I just didn't like
Nick was sitting behind me. Nick and Triple H was sitting behind me. get one of that dress. This is like, I don't know, it's where he's trying to... We need to wait, we just go. Can we go? Yeah. I'll give him till midnight. I'm leaving at midnight and we're done. I'm right behind. Yeah. And he'll come. I'll ask him what's about no, they told us. He's getting stitched up. He said they come from great heads. We have good seats already. Yeah, I think in the story I think the front Can you try to adjust that in the user? I'll bring it with you. It was in the user at the bottom. I said, oh, you hold the desk and just say we call it soccer. I didn't realize it was yeah, no, I'm sure you're right. That's like suicide. That's like suicide. That's what I'm saying.
Trying to become a...
If you're positive, yeah, I don't know. Football terms? Yeah.
Really struggling. Alright. Whatever that means. I'm an Eagles fan now.
His viewers watch my Instagram stories.
Are they good?
Yeah.
I'll just be whoever's the best team.
More than 3 years,
As long as the Rams don't win it, that's all my favorite.
Well, then that's a FightHype. They can't just you know what it is, though. I forgot how my team was.
Did the Rams win the Super Bowl? No. Rams.
The Rams won the Super Bowl. It's more like just
I hate this
I used to work with him in the NFL 10 years ago. He's earnest. So one thing I don't understand. So Tim used to work with all our stores. And you guy doesn't ever work in the boxing scene.
Too much.
I'm not even smoking. I'm not smoking.
It's too much of the round. Yeah. That's good, yeah. Yeah, this is hard. This is right.
Amazing. Lifetime deal with
Stay in touch, you know? Let me know if you need anything. Even, you know,
set up well for it. I think it was but yeah, the worst venue I've ever been to.
he's a nice guy.
Yeah, it was up right now. In the corner, like you couldn't see me. It wasn't a perfect scene. Yeah, it was the corner, right. You're on the corner. Yeah, that's what it was.
maybe you should go to
I can help. I'm 64. Almost midnight.
fighters.
Right when I come out, right when I
It's fun at a party. Yeah, it's closed.
Really nice job to
Robinson? Yeah, they're back in your watch. She's gone. That's chopping it all. Wait, do you watch cars on Wednesday? Or do you just sit on message boards with the other Eagles fans jacking? But he torques them. He has two heinous picks, and then he torques them otherwise.
So you're talking about, we're going to keep behind Jackson. Yeah, he should.
I'm not being funny. Have you seen the weapon Washington has?
No.
Scary Terry's a top 5 receiver. He doesn't get any respect.
Top 5.
He doesn't get any respect because he's on Washington.
Yeah, top 5.
Who are the receivers are better? Austin Adams is better.
Cooper Cup, Stephon Diggs, Jamar Chase.
I'll put it on Tim Robles' choice.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
I mean, every week is something, but they pulled up
At any rate, he's a league.
He's a great player.
At any rate, he's a league. He's A+. He's good. He's an A+. He's an A+.
I told you the other day.
Yeah, he got the same contract that he did Brown and everyone else got.
Oh, yeah, he's right.
They're all A+. A+. guy. A.J. Brown's really good. He's a good player. You know what else is good? Golden Thomas is a good player.
I never did, like I told you that. His ability, I never questioned the ability. He said two hanging
Where is he fighting? Oh, New York.
I was nervous the first 10 seconds and then he saw
He's like a funny guy. He's a great person. I don't understand, but for all those years, he never broke the record.
This is
Good fight.
That'd be a good thing.
What do you think?
I think it's good. But then every time, maybe he might get out. And the drugs are gone.
Did you watch like stuff like that? You know, like how they'll have it's on ESPN. Like, would you?
Or watch like like I know no, I'm a hardcore fighter.
Yeah.
I watch everything. So YouTube boxing.
You're a rare breed.
Am I? It was like a 55, 45. I mean, after you went to Chelsea, you'd be in a great position, right? Sign up for your WBO. No, but, you know, like the storyline, you can push for it.
Oh, the release agreement. Oh, right. 45. Yeah, that's big.
I mean, you guys.
What a gentleman.
We got the YouTube.
Then you have like this other part. I think Leo got injured, but it's still moving on.
Yeah, that's next week.
We got
can't remember who's made it.
So I think eventually he's like
that's
Marcus fighting, fighting. Here comes Canelo, guys. Appreciate you guys waiting. Obviously, you guys don't have to wait here. Just chilling at the comfort of your house, but thanks for staying.
Well, good evening, everyone. Sorry for the delay. Sal had stitches in the eye that he was getting seen to. Great fight, great night here at T-Mobile. Still undisputed super middleweight champion of the world. Up here, of course, the champion, Canelo Alvarez, training ready, Reynoso, Chepo as well. Over to the floor for questions for the champion of the team. Yes, Keith.
Thanks, guys. Canelo, can you tell us more about your hand injury? When you hurt your hand? Was it hurt going into the fight? And how did it get worse during the fight?
Hairs everywhere. I had these issues since the Caleb Plant fight. So, and it's okay, later. And then I really started really bad. And I need surgery.
How badly did it hurt you during the fight?
Really bad.
It's broken, right? You think it's broken?
No, it's not broken. It's like a meniscus.
It's a wrist injury.
Yeah. Wrist. But it's not broken. It's my wrist. Like a clean meniscus. It's like something like that. Derek, can you explain? Yeah, come on.
How long do you think that it will keep you out? I mean, do you have an idea if you have surgery, how long it might keep you out of the ring?
Doctor. Explain that.
Someone has a TFCC tear, which is a piece of cartilage in the wrist, which affects the body's ability to mobilize that joint without feeling impingement and sharp pain. If he has a surgery, depending on what the surgeon decides, probably 6 to 8 to 12 weeks, depending on that rehabilitation, if it's successful.
But I'm gonna take my time. Right? My body needs, and last year I fought 4 times in 11 months, so that's why. But I need to take my time a little bit, maybe May, September, I don't know. But I need to take my time.
Thanks, Coach. Just one last question for you. What did you think of the scoring of the fight? Most people seem to think you won by much wider margins than that.
I don't hear the score, really. I just hear I'm still champion, and that's it. Look, I respect the judges, and they see that, it's fine. I'm okay. A win is a win.
Hey, Canelo, Ben Baby, ESPN. Overall, the first 8 rounds looked a lot different than the first two fights. Why do you think that was the case, and what do you think changed from the 9th round onward?
¿Qué piensas que cambió después de los 8 rounds que fueron? Esos 8 rounds de esta pelea fueron muy diferentes a las primeras dos.
Después del octavo round obviamente llegó un poquito la fatiga, ¿no? Porque no pudimos hacer explosiones, hacer mucho costal en el gimnasio y llegó un poquito la fatiga, pero la verdad es que estoy contento, a pesar de todos los problemas que tuve en mi campamento, estoy contento con lo que hicimos hoy.
I think towards the end of the fight today, I obviously started to get a bit fatigued, and that's because we've not been able to work explosively in the gym. But despite all the problems that we've had, I'm really happy with my performance tonight.
Right here, Canelo. Hey, Rayfield here. Congratulations on a victory. My question for you is, you've now had 3 fights with Gennadiy. The first 2, whatever people think of the results of each fight, they were considered highly controversial, whether they thought you won or a draw or that he won. Tonight was the first time where there seems to be clear agreement that whatever the scores were, close or not, you were the clear winner. Can you describe your satisfaction of finishing the trilogy and doing so by having a result in a fight that nobody is going to dispute, that you were the better man tonight, that you were the rightful winner of the fight?
La verdad es que es una satisfacción muy grande, a pesar de, como lo acabo de decir, de todos los problemas que tuve, es una satisfacción muy grande porque pude demostrar, obviamente no llegó un knockout como quería, porque es un gran peleador, pero para eso somos 12 asaltos, para demostrar quién es mejor. Pude demostrar que soy mejor peleador y me siento muy contento.
It's hugely satisfying to win, as you said, despite all my problems that I had. I demonstrated in the ring today. Obviously, I wanted to get that KO, but it didn't come because he's a great fighter. But I was able to show, that's why there are 12 rounds of a fight, so you can show, display who's the best. So I'm really happy with what I've done tonight.
Y con mi mano así como la traigo, le ganaba el jab a uno de los mejores jabs en la historia del boxeo, que es el de Golovkin.
And with my problems, my hand problems, I out-jabbed the best jabber in the world in Gennadiy Golovkin.
My other question for you, Canelo, is, and I asked this to Gennadiy in his press conference, a lot of the build-up to this fight was about your making it a personal situation, how mad you were at him. You spoke to us about the fact that you felt that he disrespected you. And then as soon as the fight was over, you guys were hugging and kissing like you were best friends. And I wonder, how does that go in your mind that you can go from having that kind of bad feeling to now it's just gone?
Look, I respect him like as a fighter, no? As a person, I don't know, but I'm not gonna put in that level because I consider myself a good person. So I say to him, I'm glad to share the ring with you, and we give the people 3 good fights. And I'm glad to share the ring with him and have these 3 fights. It's going to be in the history of boxing.
Just one last thing. They said that, did you have to get stitches backstage?
Yeah, 5, 6.
Where were they given to you? Where are they? Okay. Very good. Thank you.
Thank you. En español.
Radio Rahim. Canelo obviously started in the 8th round. Triple G was able to come on and cause you quite a bit of difficulty. What was the difference for you between the first 8 and the last 4?
Like I say, I get a little tired because I don't be able to train like we always train. But look, I'm happy with my performance today.
And lastly, do you think between the Bivol fight and now this Triple G fight that people and your opponents might be seeing ways to beat you and see a strategy going forward where maybe they try to get you down and come on in the end?
Yeah, look, everybody can see outside of the ring, they can beat me, but very few persons can beat me, so it's very difficult to beat me.
Thank you.
Canelo, antes que nada felicidades por la demostración de esta noche y la primera sería, hoy se termina una trilogía con lo que es tu némesis. Siempre Canelo será recordado con Triple G y viceversa, es tu némesis. La sensación de dejar en claro quién domina esta trilogía pero más allá, la sensación de saber que ya no lo vas a enfrentar, se acabó el odio en el terreno deportivo, ¿lo vas a extrañar?
La verdad es que muy contento y agradecido de poder compartir el ring con un peleador como Golovkin, uno de los mejores en la historia del boxeo. Y pues a lo mejor sale por ahí otro peleador, ¿no? Y obviamente siempre vamos a recordar estas 3 peleas que tuvimos y siempre lo voy a respetar como peleador. ¿Por qué? Porque es un gran peleador.
So the question was, first and foremost, congratulations on your victory against, what you could say has been your nemesis over these years. But today you went on to beat your opponent, Gennadiy Golovkin, in clear style. But are you going to miss that kind of hatred that you had with him going forward? Sal's answer was, to be honest, I'm really happy that I managed to beat one of the best fighters in the world in Gennadiy Golovkin. Perhaps in the future, another fighter will come along I'll have a similar relationship with. We had 3 great fights, and I respect him as a fighter.
Saúl, finalmente fue muy notorio que en esta pelea sacrificaste inclusive familia, porque hay un momento en el pesaje que le das un abrazo muy largo a tus hijos. Es correcto lo que apreciamos desde fuera, que fue un sacrificio dejar tanto tiempo a la familia. ¿Y qué significó ese momento? ¿Qué te nutrió o con qué te nutriste de ese abrazo?
Mira, a veces pasan muchas cosas, muchas situaciones en lo personal también que son difíciles, pero al final de cuentas una mente fuerte y al final siempre saber lo que quieres y seguir adelante, pues te saca adelante, ¿no? A veces la gente no ve eso y está bien, no pasa nada, no tiene por qué. Al final de cuentas es uno el que tiene que hacerlo, pero son muchas situaciones, muchas cosas que pasan en una vida personal también, que tienes que acomodar todo para qué, para hacer un buen entrenamiento, para estar bien mentalmente, porque si estás bien preparado físicamente y mentalmente estás mal, pues es lo peor, ¿no? Entonces sacrifiqué muchas cosas para esta pelea y dio resultado.
So the question then was, you've notoriously sacrificed a lot of things going into this fight. Your family, not being around your family, but we saw that hug that you managed to give to your daughter at the weigh-in, and how important was that hug for you? And Sal's answer was, well, a lot of things happen in the personal aspects and things that you have to do, you find tough that you have to deal with, but at the end of the day it's about having a strong team and always know the reason why you're pushing on forward. People perhaps don't see those sacrifices that you put in, and that's okay, but many things happen as a person and you just have to try and manage them and to be 100% prepared, because if you're not prepared it doesn't feel good. But ultimately I did things in the right way and the results came through tonight.
Canelo, what was it like for you in there? Obviously in the first 2 fights it seemed like every minute was so competitive, all those rounds were so close, and yet in this fight you sweeped 6 of the first 7 rounds. I mean, a lot of us had you winning like 11 of these rounds. Were you expecting more from Golovkin this fight, and what do you think prevented him from being the same Golovkin?
Look, what I feel, he don't throw his right hand because maybe he think I'm gonna counter punch him. Maybe that's why he only throw the left hand, and I just did my job. And it was very difficult to hit him too, because he's like protect everything, It's very difficult.
Saúl, ¿cómo estás? Felipe Valenzuela, Univisión Los Ángeles. Primero que nada, felicitarte. Parece que ya los mexicanos vuelven a las celebraciones de mayo y septiembre. ¿Qué mensaje le mandas a los mexicanos, sobre todo en estas fechas que son tan especiales? Te diste cuenta que todo el mundo te apoyó.
No, la verdad que muy agradecido con la gente, la vibra, el apoyo que me brindan, siempre muy agradecido, orgulloso de poder representar a mi país en estas fechas tan importantes y poder tener este apoyo de la gente. La verdad que estoy muy agradecido con ellos y pues aquí estaremos todavía y obviamente tener el cariño de la gente es una bendición para mí.
Y sí es cierto, Canelo, que necesitas un descanso porque, caray, digo, en los entrenamientos, las concentraciones, ¿cuánto tiempo te tomarás y contra quién te gustaría pelear?
Pues mira, me tomaré un descanso activo, obviamente no puedo dejar de hacer ejercicio, digo, pero lo haré más ligero. Pues no sé, el tiempo que me tenga que tomar para poder estar bien de mi mano, estar bien de mi cuerpo y ya veremos qué es lo que viene para nosotros. Ahorita lo importante es estar bien de mi cuerpo, recuperarme de mi cirugía si Dios quiere y estar bien.
So there are two questions there. The first question regarding preparation and going into the fight. You know, how important is it for these Mexican dates for you to go in and what it represents for the Mexican people? And Sal's answer was, it's always really important to represent my country on these dates, and I get, you know, I've got great gratitude for being able to fight on these dates, and you know, I always feel the support with me. And the second question was regarding rest, and the question for Sal was, you know, you talked about how you need rest, you know, from your camps, from training. How much time do you see yourself taking, and who do you feel like you will face when you go back into the ring? Sal's answer was, I will kind of not completely stop training, but I will continue kind of lightly training and doing light exercises until my hand and my body is completely recovered, and we'll take it from there and see how long it takes for my body to recover.
Hola Saúl, buenas noches. Acá Enrique Veas, felicidades por la pelea. A mí me gustaría detenerme un poquito en lo que acabas de decir hace ratito, que decías, a lo mejor no tienen por qué saberlo, ¿no? Así es esto. Porque además cuando recién terminó el combate, tu primera declaración, también fue ese tema, el mensaje introspectivo, el mensaje de que vienes de algo que te pasó, que algo te estás viviendo, que algo parece ser. Es una de las principales figuras, sin duda alguna, de México, y eres de las principales figuras del boxeo en estos momentos del mundo. ¿Qué te está pasando, Saúl? ¿Sigue siendo esta parte de la purga, de a lo mejor de la derrota de Bivol? Algo que dices, porque tienes que estar con la humildad, dices, hay que hacerlo con humildad. Perdiste el piso al tener todos estos reflectores, algo está pasando. ¿Cuál es ese sentimiento, si nos lo puedes compartir? Gracias.
Mira, yo me siento que nunca he perdido el piso, he sido la misma persona. Obviamente cambié tu estilo de vida y todo lo que quieras, siempre he sido la misma persona, pero tampoco, quizás eso es lo que yo pienso, quizás a lo mejor lo perdí en algún momento y no me di cuenta, ¿no? Entonces, pero más que nada tienes que ver los errores o qué es lo que no tienes que hacer. Te ayuda mucho, como lo he dicho, una derrota te ayuda a aprender, te ayuda, o sea, es buena, de repente es buena, ¿no? Tienes que saber qué no hacer, qué desechar, qué hacer para mejorar, y creo que lo más, no me gusta entrar en detalles, porque eso es mío, ¿no? Pero si no, con gusto te lo compartiría. Pero creo que lo más importante aquí, o más bien lo que sería malo, es que te valga madre perder. Perdiste. Como hombre hay que aceptarlo. Tienes que ver qué es lo que tienes que cambiar, para mejorar y regresar fuerte. Así es la vida.
The question was, first and foremost, congratulations on your victory. After the fight, straight after the fight, you were talking kind of in a retrospective way, talking about kind of having gone through difficult times, and as a Mexican fighter, you know, you're right up there, you're one of the most important. You talked about humility, and you talked about different things. Was it that you'd gone down the wrong path, or could you go a bit more into detail on that? And Sal's answer was, no, I didn't feel like I lost track of where I was going. You know, maybe it happened and you didn't realise it. Sometimes you're not able to see your errors. But you know, defeats are a good thing sometimes, because you know how to come back and you know what to do in terms of having to get better. So, you know, I think it was very important for me. And then, you know, as a man, I had to accept it and to see the changes that you have to make, and that's life.
Saúl, aquí David Valadez de la cadena Univisión.
Primero que nada, felicidades, tremenda pelea. Creo que esto fue un gran espectáculo, los dos cerraron espectaculares, pero creo que también convocaste a lo mejor del espectáculo en tu pelea, la entrada con el potrillo, tu amigo Alejandro Fernández, Carolina Ross, Edwin Castro, todo el mundo estuvo aquí apoyándote en tu pelea. Felicidades.
Gracias. La verdad es que estoy muy contento, muy orgulloso de que me hayan podido acompañar, Alejandro, de que estuvo aquí, tenía su concierto hoy mismo y estuvo aquí. La verdad estoy muy agradecido, contento y me siento orgulloso de que los mexicanos nos estemos apoderando de, ahora sí que de todas Las Vegas o de cualquier lugar. Literalmente lo estoy diciendo, no lo estoy diciendo nomás al aire, de Las Vegas o de cualquier parte que nos paremos. Estoy muy orgulloso de ellos, de Edwin Carr, del Grupo Firme, de Alejandro, de todos los mexicanos, de Karim León, que es mi amigo, también aquí estuvo, apoderarse de otro país y hacer esto grande. La verdad que estoy muy orgulloso de llamarlos amigos y muy orgulloso de ser mexicano.
¿A quién le el triunfo?
No, obviamente a mi equipo que siempre estuvo conmigo, obviamente a mi familia, a la gente que siempre estuvo alrededor de mí, apoyándome en momentos difíciles, siempre estuvo ahí. El triunfo va para ellos y para toda la gente que siempre está apoyando.
So there were two questions there. Congratulations first and foremost on 12 fantastic rounds, but also it must have been fantastic to have your ring entrance today with all the musicians, Alejandro Fernandez and various other people there. It must have been a great crowd as a Mexican. And Saudan was, it was fantastic to have Alejandro here and other people that led me to the ring. It makes me proud. It's proud also to see how Mexicans are flourishing around the world, not only in Las Vegas, but wherever they go. Alejandro and Karim León are all friends of mine, and it's great to see how well they're doing. And the second question was, who would you dedicate this victory to? And Sal's answer would be my team, my family support, who support me constantly. And this victory is for them.
Okay, two more guys.
Stephen Cordeno, Carolina Sports. Congratulations, Canelo, on victory. A lot of your career has been tied to Triple G from years back, and now it's over. You've obviously accomplished a lot in your career. Where does the completion of this trilogy rank for you in the history of Canelo personally?
No, es muy importante. Yo creo que en el boxeo, para el boxeo es una de las trilogías más importantes. Bueno, para el boxeo, para la gente, para mi país, este triunfo es muy importante para mí en lo personal, para mi equipo. Creo que es uno de los mejores triunfos que hemos tenido y contento de estar haciendo historia.
So the question was, so we heard the question in English, sorry. So it's very important, the answer from Sal was, it's really important, to be the best fights that you've seen. It's really important for me, for my country, for my people, also for myself personally. It's one of the best victories of my career, and I'm delighted to continue making history.
Canelo, saludos, campeón, on winning this trilogy with Triple G. I'm sorry to ask you this after you go a hard 12 rounds about what's next, but we know you have talked about the Bivol rematch next, but you've also said you hope Ramirez wins that fight. And if Ramirez wins that fight, you don't want to fight him because you're both Mexican. So at 68, the best fight looks like you and Benavidez. He's born in America. He's half Ecuadorian. So does he count as Mexican, or that fight can happen if in the future?
I don't know. Anything can happen,
But that won't be a reason why he can hold it up that he's Mexican.
Like when I guys, always I say this, you share that video and put whatever you want. When I say I don't want to fight Mexican, it's because I represent Mexico. And that's why. But I don't care. I fight anybody. And I fight all my entire life anybody. What do you think? I don't want to fight with one Mexico Benavidez. But look, I hear his dad talking a lot of shit. But look, he's accomplished nothing. One single champion, Anthony Derrell. Please, don't disrespect myself. Please, guys. cuando digo que no peleo con mexicanos es porque siento que yo represento a México. Ellos pueden pelear entre mexicanos, ¿por qué? Porque no es lo mismo que yo. Y no quiero sonar arrogante ni mucho menos, pero yo represento a mi país en todo el mundo. Por eso lo digo. Pero he peleado con los mejores del mundo. Ahora sí, como dice la canción, a los mejores del mundo me les he pegado un tiro. Entonces he hecho muchas cosas en el boxeo. ¿Por qué crees que no voy a pelear con un Benavides o con un... Por favor, no lo hagas. Ahora, escuché al papá diciendo tantas cosas que no tengo por qué hacerle caso, que malas palabras y ofendiéndome. Pero ¿qué ha hecho su hijo? Peleando con un campeón del mundo nada más en la vida y con todos los demás peleadores perdedores. No me falten al respeto con eso, por favor. Siempre, toda mi vida han dicho, ay, que no quiere pelear con este, peleo, le gano y ahora otro, y siempre sale otro. No falten al respeto a mi carrera porque he hecho muchísimas cosas y he peleado con lo mejor del mundo desde que tengo razón.
So it was basically the same answer in Spanish, the gentleman asked the question, but added, don't lack respect when you talk about me. I faced the best out there, and I've never dunked anyone.
Right, last question, guys, because we have to get. Please, hold on.
Canelo, sobre lo que decías de que te vas a dar tiempo para recuperar tu cuerpo, se entiende que para ir por un reto como el de la revancha con mi bolsa necesitas estar al 100 y pudiera ser, no sé, a lo mejor más allá de mayo. Si se extiende ese tiempo, ¿te gustaría que algunos de estos peleadores, no solo Benavides, que llevan rato retándote, aprovechen el tiempo para enfrentarse entre ellos?
Ellos pueden hacer lo que se les dé su chingada gana, a mí me vale madre. O sea, si quieren pelear entre ellos, que peleen, si no, me vale. Al final de cuentas yo voy a pelear con quien yo quiera pelear.
So the question there was, you've mentioned that you're going to need time to recover. I suppose.
No more question because I'm a little mad and I'm tired. Thank you.
So the question was, about, you'll need obviously some more time to recover, but thinking about the Bivol rematch and possible other rivals as well. Would you like fighters like Benavides and other fighters to fight amongst themselves? That's always answerable. They can do whatever they want. At the end of the day, I'm not bothered who they fight. They can do whatever they want.
I don't fucking care.
Ladies and gentlemen, Canelo Alvarez.
Gracias. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Sí, le dije, estabas diciendo que quería comprar las Chivas, imagínate, y apenas te conocí hoy.
Okay, guys, thanks ever so much for your patience, but we really do need to get out of here, I'm afraid. I'm so sorry. So if you could pack up the stuff and move as quickly as we can. Thank you.
I would have asked them. I don't have I'll go down in one. Someone had to wake this up.
All right, y'all. We just finalized the Canelo Triple G3. Oh, they got giant posters over here. Yes. But definitely appreciate you guys locking in. We're definitely going to have the post-conference completely posted in its entirety. If you missed it, you can just rewind this live. You guys can stay in here and chat and debate on who you guys want to see next. But we will be chopping, clipping, putting everything up together. And as always, if you have any interest in seeing what you missed today, we got Logan Paul, WWE, Boxing Expo, Canelo Triple G, all types of crazy stuff that just happened today. Ryan Garcia, Javante T. Davis, Roy Jones Jr., on Errol Spence and Crawford. So if you just got in here or just tuned in to FightHype for the first time, go scroll through the catalog. We got a crazy one. So, but as always, we definitely appreciate you guys tuning in. The big man, shout out to Ben, the man who made all this possible for you guys. So, and that's my man right there, Sean, right there. The man that asked that David Benavidez question for you guys. Took a little slap, but he asked it. He got it for you guys. So, praise Sean for making that post conference a little bit more interesting. But you guys going to see Bivol again, David Benavidez, you name it. But all right, y'all, you tuning up.
See you, Mike.
All right, man. Take care. Safe travels.
Cheers, Mike. Ronnie. What's up, bro?
Still live.
What's up, party people?
Put the camera on you, letting everyone know you kind of got him upset, man.
I love Canelo too. That's the funny part. I love him as a fighter. I like him as a person. It's not personal. It's just business. No, it's just I want to see like the Morales Barrera at 168. That's for a while I thought that was the best action fight you could make in boxing is David and Canelo. What he said at the end about just giving my respect, I wish I could tell him, oh, you got that. If you never fight David, you got my respect times a million. I'm just trying to push a little bit for a fight I think the fans want to see, you know? Hey, man. How was the week? It's over. That's all I will say. There you go.
It's like Christmas with you, man. I know. Did you get a poster?
I'll grab one since it's here now, yeah. Shit. This thing doesn't want to stay up. There we go.
Yeah, over there. Yeah, definitely. Sounds like it's finally as soon as we take this again. Yeah.
Cuando me hagas enojar te voy a decir como Canelo era un fan. ¿Estás? ¿Y tú? Ella me dijo,
yeah, I'm gonna send that first. Should I clip that David and send that first?
Probably already doing it.
Yeah, so just send Canelo.
But
yeah,
still,
yeah, send the full Canelo presser. Did you like that, or you're like, Sean, what are you asking?
Worst case scenario, we'll probably have to go cables.
Yeah.
Side.
Okay.
There we go. Hey.
That was nice, right? But I just was like, really? Nobody gonna ask nothing? Steph Curry. That's what you were referencing, right? Yeah. Saw that. 2K is so good. That's exactly what I'm doing when I get home. Working on 2K. Me too. I'll grab a bite with you if you want. And Monica ASAP. I got my weed on this one too.
I have to figure out mine. So I parked in the
And where? Yeah. I'll drop you off. Yeah.
But I didn't get a ticket.
Okay.
They just let me in, so.
Okay.
I don't know how that's gonna work.
I guess we'll, so we won't eat, but I'll drop you off then. Because I don't feel like parking.
We'll definitely do something this week.
Yeah.
So busy.
You know who I want to hit up this week? Ryan Garcia. So I got his dad's number. If they let me. Yeah. They kind of seem to vibe on it. I'll see you, Stevie. Bye, Michelle. You know that old school Mexican rap group, Lighter Shade of Brown? Oh yeah, that's a dope. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. Would you know that group?
How old school are we talking?
They're old. There's like 91, 92, 91, 92, 93.
Dude, sick of hip hop, man.
Thank you, bro.
Kind of pissed myself.
Oh, did you? What you wearing now?
No, I just made money on. I got a free retail.
Oh, and there's people in the socket.
Yeah, bought 2 pairs of those.
And they were these? They were the Concords?
Actually, they were 11 and a half, so they were a little tight. I like Jordan 1s.
Yeah? A lot. Everyone loves the 3s. And
they're comfortable. They're like padded.
I've never got them.
But they like make your feet hot. There's no like circulation.
It's not, right. Because they were still trying to make it like half a dress shoe.
Right.
Before they really found Yeah. I like the 4s. Are slept on. I have to get a pair of them. They're a little slept on. Like, they made this one called the Tinker. Did you know about
the Tinker 3s?
They look sick. I never got them. But those Tinker 8s are legit.
Doing good over there?
Yeah. Almost done with David, and then I'll send Triple G. Then I'll send them. I know you got them leaving the ring. I got it at a good angle too.
How's that, Mike? You didn't miss much.
That same kind of.
Are you gonna put this in your room?
I'll take it home. Yeah, fight sucked.
It did. Like, that's why I'm like, it didn't.
Like I'll get it at a remembrance for their second fight. You know, like their second fight was great.
Oh, it's cool. You got a partner.
Yeah, Golovkin, he didn't want to engage, man. He wanted to keep it long. He just didn't trust that range, and with good reason. He's just too fucking slow.
And it's like Canelo is Triple G2, but two-weight.
Yeah, and
like all this fighting came up.
Canelo's lost the half-step. He's still good though. Right-handed fighters. Triple G was convincing him. He, in all three fights with Canelo, especially as it wore on each fight, like he can only hit him with the jab. He doesn't have the speed to. The only time he hits him with a right hand or an uppercut, except for like the right uppercut he hit him with in the last few rounds of the second fight, you know the one I'm talking about. He doesn't. Besides that right uppercut, he has to take something off to land it because he's too slow. You know when you're slow, you take some power off of it. So, yeah. He almost landed it. He threw it like once when Canelo was on the ropes. Yeah. It's time to move on.